nakita mo itong libro na ito, Rules of Court Annotated by Miria Professor Santiago. At maliban dyan, 30 libro ang sinulat ko. Yan, lahat na yan, ininsulto ako ng aking mga kapwa senador, mga ingitero. Please do not be nervous. I am very
So cold.
practiced with witnesses who come to court for the very first time. I strongly suggest that you take a sip of water, which is what we do when the witness is disturbed. And please do not think that I'm going to try and trap you with a clever question. I will not do that with you, since you are in effect an impartial witness. I want to reveal you to the public in all your beauty and in the full glory of your college education. I am your friend. It appears from your narration recently that you were deeply disturbed by the visit of Mr. Banal. Is that a correct impression?
Yes,
You
Your
were
Honor.
so disturbed that you went on a round of talks from one superior officer of the bank to another. Isn't that so?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you had reason to be, because I think even only subconsciously, you remembered that you and he were talking about a foreign currency deposit. You are talking about a foreign currency deposit that did not belong to him. Is that why you were disturbed?
I was disturbed, Your Honor, because apparently this person was holding what seemed like a bank document, which was...
Question
There
from
is only
Secretary
one.
Laila de Lima. Good morning, Madam. Your Honor. In international law, is there a distinction between international armed conflict on the one hand and non-international armed conflict on the other hand? Since you mentioned this in your statement.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
I ask this question basically for the education of the public.
The difference between international armed conflict and non-international armed conflict. Well, under the Geneva Convention, under the Rome Statute, it really contemplates international conflict and also non-international
Opo, ganito
conflict.
kasi yon. Meron tayong law of armed conflict pag naggera ang dalawang estado o dalawang states. Meron tayo law of non-international armed conflict pag naggera ang estado or ang state with a rebel group within its midst. At saka, gumawa tayo ng ganitong distinction para hindi mabigyan ng legality, hindi ma-legitimize ang mga terorista at ang mga rebelde. That is the answer.
Yes.
There is non-international armed conflict in this situation, and we must therefore remember that the terrorists are not entitled, in most cases, to the protections of the international instruments on the conduct of warfare, such as the Geneva Conventions and the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court. Second question, what challenge is posed by the development and application of humanitarian law to these Mr. President, Council wants to place this impeachment court in a direct collision course with the Supreme Court. Council's answer to the question, anong mangyayari ngayon pag sinabi na natin ang isang justice of the Supreme Court at ayaw niya sumunod? The answer is not responsive. Sa tingin ko naman ay susundin niya. Hindi, sagutin mo ang tanong. Ano mangyayari ngayon kung ayaw niya? Sagutin mo. Your answer should be responsive, and I'm not asking you to answer at this time. You've been asked that several times by the presiding officer, and you insist on hypotheticating that she will obey. Eh kung hindi nga niya gagawin, ano ngayon ang mangyayari sa impeachment court? Di away kami ng Korte Suprema? And will you assist us during that? Will you enlighten the public on what is the proper balance of power between the impeachment court and the Supreme Court? Ngayon, gusto mo na yung confidentiality privilege ng Supreme Court should be, for at least in this instance, should be disregarded. Tatlong branches ng gobyerno, tatlong sangay ng gobyerno, executive, legislative, and judicial. Bawat isa may privilege. Executive, may executive privilege. Legislative, may legislative privilege during executive sessions, as we call it. Judicial, may judicial privilege, also known as deliberative privilege or deliberative process privilege. Pag nagde-deliberate ang Supreme Court, hindi mo pwedeng tanungin iyan tungkol sa kanilang pag-deliberate. Kamukha lang sa legislation. Pag nag-closed door session ang Senate or ang House, hindi mo pwedeng tanungin ang mga legislators, senators and representatives what they took up in a closed door session. Ganon din sa judiciary. Eh bakit ngayon? We are singling out one branch of government so that we can penetrate the rule of confidentiality. Anong klaseng argumento yan? Do you recognize that you're asking this nation to go on a direct collision between two branches, separate branches of government? Have you fully thought out your position? Tinatanong ka ng presiding officer, ilang beses ka nang tinanong, ano ngayon mangyayari kung isapina namin, utusan namin ang justice at ayaw niyang sumunod? I-cite namin siya for contempt. Ano ngayon mangyayari? Magpapakulong ba siya sukat? Eh kung i-cite din niya kami for contempt, o ano ngayon ang sagot mo? Pag-isipan muna natin ito because we're talking about the entire nation. This is not a question of pataasan ng ihi. Sino mas malakas, ang Supreme Court or impeachment court? Hanggat sa maaari, maglilihis tayo para hindi tayo nagkukonfrontasi. Ganun yun. Ngayon, yan ang unang punto. You are not responsive to the question of the presiding officer. Ngayon, sabi mo, gawa-gawa lang ng Supreme Court yan. Internal rule yan ito. Hindi totoo yan. Meron tayong new code of judicial conduct for the Philippine judiciary. Iyan ginawa ng Korte Suprema because of its constitutional power to control and supervise the judiciary. In that new code of judicial conduct for the Philippine judiciary, Section 9 provides confidential information acquired by judges in their judicial capacity shall not be used or disclosed for any other purpose related to their judicial duties. Kaya, hindi naman kagagawa nila yon. Are you attacking the entire system of privilege for every of the 3 branches of government? If you're attacking deliberative process privilege, as they call it in America, in favor of the Supreme Court, do you want also that the institution of deliberative process privilege for the judiciary, not only for the judiciary but also for the legislature and the executive branch of government, should also be made to come tumbling down over our heads? Yan. You're not being candid with the court. Pagkatapos, sinubukan namin yan eh. Merong letter from Congressman Joseph Emilio Abaya, Congressman and Impeachment Prosecution Panel Manager in behalf of the House Impeachment Panel. And in response, the Supreme Court issued, as you said, a resolution dated February 14, in re, concerning production of court records and documents and the attendance of court officials and employees as witnesses under the subpoenas of so-and-so. Sinabi ng Korte Suprema, ayaw namin dahil that falls under deliberative process privilege. Ngayon, you are asking this court to go all over the resolution of the Supreme Court because you want us to overturn their resolution. Eh kung i-overturn natin yata, ayaw nila kaming sundin, ano ngayon ang mangyayari? You keep on telling us here, palagay natin, susundin, sa palagay ko, susundin niya yun. Eh kung hindi niya sundin, di laking kahiyan ng impeachment court. At ano pa ngayon ang mangyayari? It's like putting Humpty Dumpty together again. Nabasag na eh. Ganun yun.